Hi, my name is Stephen Danaluti from Yammer, and I'm going to talk to you about innovation and our approach to it at Yammer. So Fortune 500 companies are churning at approximately 8% per year, and this is not all attributable to the financial crisis we recently went through. Much more so, it's about the accelerating pace of change and how companies are able to respond to that or not, and why they can or can't. The fact is, companies were not built for change, especially in the last century. They were built much more for efficiency. And it was often at the expense of innovation. Innovation has come to the fore again, and innovation itself has taken on a different form, but I'll cover that in a moment. The fact is that the price of failing to respond is irrelevance. Here are examples of organizations that have all failed to respond to market forces that have meant they're now bankrupt. To more nimble competitors in some cases, or just those slow to react to market changes. And the fact is that again, innovation is a good way of reacting to change, and there is a new dawn of innovation now. That means innovation has been innovated in a way. I'm going to talk to you briefly about that now, which doesn't mean to say that certain old approaches or older approaches or ways of tackling things are not relevant. Innovation can be formal, and there are very good ways of taking innovation through formal processes with really good tools out there as well. We work with partners like Bright Idea and Spigot, but innovation can also be informal, serendipitous, and social, and that's increasingly where tools like Yammer come to play. Also, it can be inside and outside, whereas before it used to be departments, even restricted to departments. Now employers can collaborate with customers and partners, and social media increasingly allows employees to escape the company boundary. We have an element to Yammer that's called external networks, which you can set up very easily off your parent network, where you can invite customers and partners to collaborate with you, and I'll show you a little more about that in a moment. The fact is that you have to have the right tool for the job, and especially when you want something done fast, well, again, that's where a tool like Yammer comes into the equation. Having said that, there is still a question of the right approach, and here's just an example of how you can work with groups, idea storming groups, breakout work in bigger groups, and have events and participation that go way beyond the initial ideation phase. So in this demo, I'm going to start with an overview of how ideas could be created in the all company feed, sharing all ideas with all members of the organization. Essentially, here's an idea. It's been tagged with a topic, market share in this case, if that's very important to the organization. If you go to search and look for that topic, you'd see that it existed. You'd find all ideas with that topic. If we continue the search and look for other topics, we see that cost reduction is another such topic with all ideas tagged with that being found. And then you could see that a group existed as well. If an idea merits it, you could create a group around it. Here we're looking at the cost reduction group. If we scroll down to the bottom, we see that an initial discussion may have sparked off the idea. And then if there was enough discussion around it and merited this group, you go on to explore the idea further, and all other ideas are added to that group. You could then, very simply using our note function, create a kind of an idea evaluation template. This would be nothing more than, for instance, some questions that you could use to help flesh out ideas, for example. So thank you very much. Any more questions, just ask.